will do.
And
Lightly Food.
I'm Josh.
I'm Shae.
And this is your weekly broadcast.
Duo Weekly. Or Trio Weekly, I
A
guess.
duo.
The
The duo. Oh, man. How have we never thought about that one yet?
What?
The duo.
I mean, one of the last...
Open?
Nope. It didn't.
Oh, don't do that. Oh, you freaked me out, dude. Here, use the keys or something. That scares me to death, man.
Okay.
I can just imagine you just putting your finger and slicing it wide open on camera. That should be enough to pour.
I feel like this is going to be a bad pour. Don't you guys hate it when you get a defective do?
Yeah. So, I mean, but, Tuesday or Thursday, who cares? It's always due o'clock. It's always due day. Ooh, it's due day. Oh, man, I love it. Anyways, today we're talking about our next installment of
the Zombies trilogy. Zombies
trilogy.
quadrilogy, I think it is.
Yeah, whatever. Series is what I'm going to call it.
We'll finish the Treyarch Zombie trilogy, and then we'll get to the other zombie.
This is the Zombies series.
Yeah.
This is number 3.
4, I believe. Maybe.
4 to 5.
I mean,
by this time, who knows? But, we're talking about Black Ops 3.
I'll be fully honest. I played, I only have the starter map on Infinite Warfare.
You should bring up the map list right there so that we can see it.
All right. Okay.
Hopefully
I wish I could use my controller all the way back here. It's slightly working.
Only slightly.
What?
There it is. It's really funny. He bought the first generation PS4s, and literally when you do that, you invite the wrath of Khan. Apparently, there is no Bluetooth for your controller that's going to be working. So you have to be like this close to the PlayStation at all times to play.
Yeah, so
It's pretty ridiculous. So literally, like, we're sitting there like, we just want to bring up the map list.
Okay,
And
I'm at my desk.
there it is. Okay, perfect. That's exactly what we need right there.
Yeah, almost all of them. I think we're only missing Moon and Origins. Yep.
Yeah, we know Moon Order. We're not talking about those in this installment.
No, we're not.
We've already talked about them several times. We already know how awesome they are. Thank you very much. So what we're talking about is the Black Ops 3 zombies. Now, this was the first time they introduced the gumballs.
Yes, gumballs are
So
huge.
what we want to do, before we go into anything, let's talk about new features, and
Okay.
then we'll talk about maps.
All right.
So, gumballs.
Huge feature.
Boom.
In general, they also added the new sliding mechanic.
Right.
They've also introduced a new downing system of 3 hits in your down instead of 2 hits in your down.
Which helped a lot.
Helped a lot because the zombies are a lot faster in this one.
Yes.
Sprinter.
The sprinters!
Then they added 1 new perk in all of Black Ops 3. So I'm going to count it. Widow's Wine. That's it.
So let's talk about the gumballs real quick.
Let's do it.
If you've played this game, there are
A lot.
countless amazing gumballs. There are a lot of gumballs that are completely worthless,
Most of them.
but there are a few really awesome ones that it just feels wrong to use. And then there's those main core ones that you're going to use every time.
Yep.
So
And then there's the
you
fun
get
goof
5
off ones.
gumballs that you can run at any given time.
And you have
when
as
start
many
a match.
as you actually have.
Yeah, you can buy them and whatever, but you run a 5 gumball slot, essentially
A gumball back.
set. Yeah, when you go into a map. So, what are the 5 gumballs that you run, Shae?
My 5 gumballs.
At all times, solo.
Solo.
Because you're not going to run the same gumballs.
Let's
solo
find out!
In solo that you're going to run in campaign. Or in multiplayer, essentially.
I use...
So, what we've got here, in the solo pack, we've got a swordplay. Which
is a classic free gumball.
I'll say he'll do.
Yeah.
So,
Then I have...
well, explain swordplay.
Okay, Swordplay increases your melee damage by 5 times, I believe.
Yep.
So in the early rounds, it's amazing.
So round 1, your sword, your
knife.
your knife. I like to call it sword, but it's a knife because you can get swords.
Yes.
But your knife, which is a new feature, you can get a knife, and you kill 1 shot usually.
On round 1.
Round 2, it's 2 swipes. Round 3, 3 swipes.
And yada yada.
So on and so forth. So when you start looking at it, increases it by 5. Like round 3 would normally take you 3 swipes.
Now it takes you 1.
Now it takes you 1.
Round
five,
five?
still 1. Now round 6.
Actually, the zombies still have enough for a 1 knife kill.
Yeah. it's when you start getting into those higher rounds that it starts like, okay, now I can get the Bowie knife and start going even higher into the Bowie knife rounds.
And it lasts for about 2 minutes, I believe, maybe.
Which is plenty.
Plenty of time.
Because it's like you said, it's a basic gumball. There's no number amount of gumballs. You get basic gumballs and premium gumballs.
You get those
premiums. There's only a certain amount. You have to earn them through Liquid Divinium, which is a brand new system.
Which is a new system.
But your basic gumballs is Swordflake, so you can get it, and it doesn't cost you anything. You just have
it's
it once
free.
you
You
unlock
have it.
You got to run through zombies, get your levels up, and then you get them.
Oh, that's a new thing. The progression system.
Yeah.
Which is a level 1 to 35 based on how many zombies you kill, how many rounds you survive, and how many doors you open. So
exactly.
and revives. Trust me, I know that one.
So there's that. There's Swordplay.
Swordplay.
And then what you're also going to run in solo, which is what he runs. I advise solo. I advise Swordplay. It helps a lot for early round points. Your next gumball you're going to want to run is that's Perkaholic.
That's not Perkaholic.
Not Perkaholic.
I don't use Perkaholic.
You don't use Perkaholics because it's not right.
I don't like it.
If you have a lot of them, which is hard to get them anyways, but if you have a lot of them,
13, I believe.
Solo would be the place to use them because Perkaholic gives
any big map for an Easter egg, like I would definitely use it for probably every single one of the Easter eggs.
Yeah. So Perkaholic gives you
every single perk in the game,
just like that.
Just like that.
So there's that. What he has is unquenchable, correct?
Yes, this is unquenchable.
Yeah,
it is
unquenchable.
It is a premium mega gumball that what it does, it gives you an extra perk slot, so you can have
Instead
5
of running
perks.
4, you run 5,
which is very nice because you always have to make the decision: do I want stamina or do I want speed cola?
Yeah, we really haven't discussed what you would do in solo versus multiplayer, but we'll discuss that in this one. So, but it gives you the extra perk slot.
Yeah, it helps. It helps slightly. It's to the point where it's not perkaholic overpowered, but it's still really strong.
Perkaholic is one of the ones we say don't run it because it's just almost overpowered.
You should only use it if you're doing an Easter egg that you're trying to speedrun.
Plus, you don't get them a lot. I mean, that's what
I have 13 days on Black Ops 3. I only have 12.
There you go. Less than 1 a day. And that's gameplay hours, not days played.
Oh, no.
So, there's that. Also, since we're on Unquenchable, there's how many perks in the game? Like 13 in this game?
Okay, so in every map, there's Quick Revive, Juggernog, Double Tap, Speed Cola, Electric Cherry, which you can only get through perk bottles or perk drops. That's 5. Then there's Stamina Up, there's Double Tap, there's Mule Kick, and there's Widow's Wine.
So you get 9 in every map. So obviously 4, it's pretty tight.
Yeah.
If you want to run everything. So giving that extra perk slot is going to be a big deal. So what you're going to run it, if you're playing solo, you're going to run Quick Revive. Because you can revive yourself off the ground.
Yes.
You're going to run Jug.
Because it's Jug.
It increases your health. So you're going to run Jug. Then what do you run?
You run Double Tap because it doubles all weapon damage besides Wonder Weapon.
In this game.
In this game and in Black Ops 2.
Yes, in this game and Black Ops 2. So there's that. You're going to run that. That's your third one.
It also increases your fire rate.
Now you're looking at your fourth one. Now this is when, if you don't have Unquenchable, you're looking like, I don't know what the heck I'm going to do.
Personally, I choose Stamina.
Yeah, if it's a big map, it's pretty obvious you want to do Stamina because it's going to help you to keep running, keep sprinting.
You're faster as well.
Yeah, you're faster.
You have a 10% movement speed increase.
Or you're going to run that, or you're going to run
Speed Cola or Widow's Wine,
depending on the person. I run Speed Cola because I don't do a whole lot of extra running because he does that for me.
Yeah.
We normally play multiplayer, but this is solo, which is different. So when I play solo, I still don't do it because I don't run. I don't run maps. I don't do Easter eggs. I don't do anything. I just run a tight circle. That's what I do. So I don't need the stamina myself. I need to be able to reload fast because I don't pick good times to shoot. I still haven't learned that whole thing. So I run the thing. But if I had Unquenchable, I could run my Speed Cola and my Stamina.
Yes.
Which is important. And Widow's Wine, it can get annoying because you can't down yourself.
Okay, Widow's Wine is a great perk.
Yeah. It's awesome.
It's just annoying for me because I wish he was on a minute cooldown over it uses one of your grenades. Yeah. And you cannot rebuy grenades.
That's a problem. If you could buy grenades off the wall, it would make total sense.
It'd be fine, I guess.
But yeah.
But I don't like that using your grenades because I just like to throw grenades sometimes. And I'm like, oh wait, that's a Widow's Wine grenade. I only have 4 of those. You don't get 2 around.
Yeah. It's a problem. You're like, no.
Or, oh hey, you got hit in your train. Now all your zombies are just
But
now you gotta kill them all.
At the same time you kill them, you have the chance of getting your grenades back.
Most likely you'll get your grenade back.
But yeah, so it's one of those ones, it helps because it freezes the zombies if you get in a bad spot.
It can save your life, but
at the same time it can screw you hardcore.
It really can.
So it's like yes and no. But those are your main ones that you're going to run if you're going to run
Electric Cherry's good. Mule Kick.
Electric Cherry, I'll say this, in the new game, is worthless.
Yeah, World War II is not really good Electric Cherry.
But we'll get to that later. So
That's episode 4.
those are your bam. Those are what you're gonna run if you're gonna run.
Most likely.
Obviously, there's mule kick. The problem is if you go down, you lose your third
Everyone's
weapon.
different.
Yeah,
I mean,
used to run mule kick almost exclusively because I liked having the third weapon because I needed the extra ammo. Now I don't need the extra ammo, so I'm not worried about it.
Yeah.
But that's that. So if you're like, oh, is that a good solo setup? I think it is.
I think
he
it's
does
fine.
well with it. I've watched him do it. I've done it myself.
It also depends on the map you're playing. If you're playing a running around map, you're probably gonna want stamina up.
Yeah.
If you're playing a
like sit up in the giant.
you're gonna probably want you can't get Widow's Wine.
No.
You're gonna want Speed Cola.
Yeah, because you're gonna need the reload faster on that catwalk because you're not gonna be running around there.
No, on the giant, Doris, yada yada. I run Speed Cola.
Yeah. So there you go.
It
just kind of depends on the map, but at the same time, those are your basic ones you run around. Those 5, you can run any of those 5 and you'll be good.
Yeah.
Any combination you want to run it. But I would
Definitely
say
in solo,
get your revive first.
Okay.
It's in the first map.
My
map
tip for
map.
any solo players: don't buy a quick revive right away. Don't do it. I would rather start over a new game than waste a quick revive.
Waste a quick revive?
You down, you only have 3. Say you got an early down on accident, now you only have 2.
Oh, you can only buy so many?
Yeah, you can only buy 3 quick revives a game.
I didn't know that.
So
Obviously, I don't know how to use them.
So
I don't play
I
solo
don't
either.
buy it at the start because you can buy. Hey, I'm only $200 off of this gun. Well, if you didn't buy Quick Revive, you'd have that $200. So personally, in my opinion, I don't buy Quick Revive until I have Jug.
Yeah, you can get it later. Jug's the first one that pretty much, even when we're playing double, we get that first.
Even it depends. If I'm playing the Giant, I get the Bowie knife because it's just such a good point gun or weapon.
So there's kind of your quick little guide to setting up your guys.
I always recommend not getting
your
Quick Revive first.
Yeah, that's your perk run if you're going to be solo. If you're going multiplayer, it's a little different. But
Yeah, I'll
changes. We'll get to multiplayer.
We'll also say my multiplayer pack. 'Cause I have a multiplayer pack.
So the next thing you get Swordplay, you got your Unquenchable, now you got your Fire Cell. It's really important to have a Fire Cell.
It's really nice. I don't use it on solo much.
Yeah.
Because I'll just go to the box regularly. It don't bother me. But when I'm playing with Josh, it's a must. Everyone loves it. Like going to a random lobby. Oh snap! You got Fire Cells, Immolation, Liquidation. I remembered it. I love you. We get 90 seconds of box hits.
Yeah, it's awesome, and it costs you nothing.
10 points.
It costs you nothing. So, if you get down late in the game and the guy's got Fire Cells whenever, you can run a guy and you're like, guess what? Fire Cell, bam, go get your good new weapon.
It's a great early gumball. It's a good mid-tier gumball. Mid round. Late game.
It can help. It can be helpful.
It can be, but
it's solo, not so much.
I would say in the latest game, it's pretty much I'm not going to pick that up. I'll save it for another game. Yeah. But it's great in the early to mid-tier games. But after
you're really great.
Round 30s around that time, you're like, okay, I'm done.
After round 30, it's just... most gumballs after round 30, you're like, it's fine.
Like, Swordplay is great for the early. Immolation's good for early and mid. And the other 3 I have are great for every time. Yeah. Every round.
So then, your 4th one that you run
is in plain sight. Yeah.
That's in plain sight.
Yeah.
Well, it's not...
The zombies don't see you for 10 seconds.
Yeah, you don't see.
So it's great since
I run anywhere but here because I don't need them not to see me. I just want to get away from the spot that I'm about to go down in.
Yeah.
I don't get to run it very much, but when I do, I enjoy having it. Also, we like to down each other. We like to down ourselves at the end of our multiplayer maps. So that one I can down myself after I hit it, and he's way away from me.
And I
have a good chance of bleeding out.
Stamina!
I have a better chance. But so that's a good one, though. It can really help you in a tight spot, mid and late, while you really spike the map.
I know, right?
And then
I'll still never get over that.
The last one you run is...
I run...
imitation...
No, it's...
Liquidation.
No, it's...
What is that called?
Alchemical Antithesis.
There it is. It's a weird name, guys.
Oh, man.
Alchemical Antithesis.
Basically what it is, every 10 points you get a bullet.
Ammo. So you're like,
what?
I'm getting low on ammo.
You mean every time I hit someone with a bullet, I get my bullet back? Yeah.
Pretty much.
So, hey, you got a kill for 100 points? That's 10 bullets.
Yep.
Then it also includes tools wonder weapons. So, hey, I got 20 kills with my thunder gun. Well, guess what? That thunder gun's full of ammo.
Yep. It's awesome. It's a big saver late rounds.
It is probably...
Like, early rounds, it's like, it's okay. Mid rounds, it's getting better.
And
because you don't want to lose your weapon yet. But late rounds, when you got a pack-a-punch, double pack-a-punch gun, it save you.
Definitely. Also, once again, wonder weapons, as I said. oh hey, my apothecary servant black hole gun. I only have one shot left.
Pop it, blow it.
Hey,
boom.
there they all back. Woo! And you just start going
Every
at
bullet you got back. It's really one of the best. It's one of the best.
I think
basic gumballs.
I think it is the best basic gumball.
Yeah.
I honestly, I think it's top tier to most of the ultra rare
on
gumballs.
solo. Yeah, I mean they could have made that the one of the ultra rares, and people would have looked for them, but they didn't. They made it really cool for us.
They were very generous with that. Now,
it's the last one you unlock, I believe.
Yes, it is.
So I mean, they knew how important it was.
Yeah.
But
personally, I think Unquenchable should have been a classic gumball as well. Personally,
yeah,
because they already have a max ammo drop in the ultra rares, and they already have all the perks. So I think that should have been a regular gumball. But you know,
I think they thought about it later though.
Yeah,
that's the problem.
Because I understand it's a business. They want their money.
You want to switch that?
What, to my multi-pack?
Yeah, switch to multi. So we'll switch over from solo to multi. Now this is where I start playing with him. So his setup completely changes pretty much. There's still the four basics that he always runs. He always runs alchemical antithesis.
Yes.
You're always going to need points. He always runs sword flip because he likes using his knife. He always runs in plain sight. That way he can come and save me and he doesn't have to worry about zombies coming up after him. And he always runs Unquenchable because it's really helpful to have
that one. I trade off with the Immolation Liquidation. I trade them off.
What's the one with the witch?
Oh, I love that one.
I mean, that one too. You switch it.
Oh, I love that one. That's my messing around gumball.
Gives you the random perk or whatever.
Yeah, it gives me a random gumball,
which is cool. So I mean, that one's fun for him too. And then there's the one where you get to use a different weapon every
10 seconds. I love those.
Those ones get into play. So this fifth slot that's his fifth slot. It changes. But the main one that he changes. Oh, I forgot to turn this off. I'm stupid. That's probably been in the background the whole time. I'm like, what's that?
Yeah, it really started buzzing after a minute, though, didn't it?
That was weird. Sorry about that, guys. We didn't mean to do that.
Josh got hot. Blame him.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna jack him on.
Yeah.
But the main thing he switches out for his multiplayer, which I think everyone who plays multiplayer should be running this in their multiplayer.
If you have it,
you should. I mean, I only had like 9, but I ran them. Yeah. Because you know what? It's a savior. It's called Phoenix Up. Now, explain Phoenix Up for those who don't.
Phoenix Up is probably my favorite multiplayer gumball. It will revive everybody one click, and they get to keep all their perks.
Everything they have in their hands, they keep them, even if they went down.
Yeah, everything.
So they're on the ground, they're about to bleed out. He's like, pop, blow the bubble, and now everyone's alive again.
I will always attempt to see. I hate when people are like, "Oh, you had a Phoenix Up. Why didn't you just use it?" I'm like, "I knew I could save you." He's like, "But you wasted my perks." I'm like,
"That's your fault.
You got points."
You know what? That's honestly at that point, it's your fault. Anytime he comes and saves me by just reviving me, I'm not mad. Josh Webster gets mad after the 30th time you revive him, but, you know, I don't get mad. I'm I lost my perks, I lost my guns, that's my fault. I've got 26,000 points scored up from all these rounds we've done
I try to keep you up until a point where you just can't do much. And honestly, I'm going to mention World War II Zombies here because I've been playing it more right now because it's new. I love the feature of, hey, you're out of points. Hey, come here, dude. Take some of mine.
No, that's great. I wish they would have added it sooner. But that's not this map. That's not these maps.
Yeah.
So that's the gumball situation. That's what you should run in multiplayer and solo. He has a challenge pack. He has extra different packs that he sets up.
The challenge pack is special. Let me explain that one real quick.
Well,
I know
we're already really running short on time.
I know.
We've got to go through all these maps.
I know. Challenge pack is for interesting little challenges like this one. The challenge pack I have right now is an all random challenge. If you look at it, everything about that is random. Random weapons, random perks, and that's the only way I can get perks. Random gumballs, random lucky crits from the double pack-a-punch, and random drops. And I can't get any other drops besides those. It's a very unique challenge.
Personal challenge.
Yes.
That's what he's saying.
Yes. I have the idea.
When I see that, I think of, like, literally you're trying to do a challenge. Like, you're trying to do an Easter egg, whatever. You're setting up a certain perk for the Easter egg challenge.
This is a different... This is like...
It's his personal challenge.
This is what I want to limit myself to make myself play better when I actually have
it's like
stuff.
when you do a 2-pack challenge or whatever.
When I have a 2-box, no perk challenge on World War II Zombies that doesn't count because they don't count towards multiplayer anymore.
What?
When you do all those challenges for those secret characters, they don't count anymore.
I can't remember what you're talking about. So.
When I did the 2-box,
right.
perks
Sorry. Go ahead.
World War II Zombies.
So go ahead.
Hold on.
But yeah, so
let's skip ahead.
That's beside that. But so that's your gumballs. It's kind of it's just extra to help you, and they've kind of brought it through to the next game, which was the Advanced Warfare. They had the slot machine. Or
they had the Fate and Fortune cards.
Yeah.
And now you just have consumables, which honestly in World War II Zombies
drop down.
They really aren't good.
They drop down. So that was what that was. But really cool in Black Ops 3. It was one of the most innovative.
I think it's my favorite of Black Ops 3.
Of all the features that they've come out with through all the zombies, these have been my favorite so far.
I mean, they're really fun. Now, I wish they did add a new perk besides Widow's Wine.
Yeah.
Everyone did, but we didn't get it, so...
It's fine. They added... Technically, this is a new perk in itself.
It is a new perk.
It's a machine that you pay for to get a gumball.
Yeah, it's a new limited perk.
Yeah, it's fine. I'm cool with it. Some of them, they stick with you until you're done.
Yeah, like...
Your...
Aftertaste, which survives with you for 3 rounds, and if you down and you get revived, you keep all your perks.
Yeah. There's just some that you have. But, like I said, it's a cool thing in itself. I think it was the most innovative thing they've done in a long time for zombies.
It was a good play for zombies, because as you can tell from all my packs, there's variation everywhere.
And not only, it increased the game ability. You could keep playing, replayability. Yeah. And increased it by a lot. You could try whole new gumballs.
Oh, I'm going to run nothing but Perkaholic, Round Robin, and Power Vacuum, and all these Ultra Gumballs that are really hard to get.
But I paid for them.
But I paid for them, so I can just run that. Look how high my rounds are.
Way to be original, bro.
Way
to be original.
Look at my high rounds. Look how big and mighty I am. I'm like, yeah.
So we have roughly 25 minutes to talk about maps. So
I can do that.
Let's get into maps.
There's only 6 maps besides the Zombies.
Let's start with...
We'll start with Shadows of Evil, which was the launch map.
We both stood up for a second just to really kind of just
go back
focus you back into this whole thing.
To the menu.
We're back into the main map frenzy.
I believe there's 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep. Okay. Good.
So the first thing was Shadows of Evil. They brought a whole new feature in, and that was being able to change your character. They brought 4 new characters in, which were actors, by the way, which were cool. Very cool. They had some really notable actors that I enjoyed. They've got what's his face, Jeff Goldblum, which is my favorite character to listen to. Because I just think his voice is hilarious. But Shadows of Evil, you were able to turn into...
You turn into a Margwa, or whatever you want to call it. Tentacle monster, Zappy Zoo.
He's cool.
And that's how you turn on power on the map, is that there's a little stand there that has a purple flame, and you hold your action button, your square, your X, whatever, and you just turn into this tentacle monster, which has electricity in one hand, and you just slap him with a tentacle in the other. Yeah. And you can turn on power, open up certain doors, break certain objects with Easter eggs with that power. It was really cool. Also, it's really fast.
Very. They made it fast for a reason, because you have a lot to do. You can only use one round.
In a limited time. Also, it can revive a lot faster, too.
Yep.
I think it's like quick revive is a 1.5 second revive. I think it revives at a 1 second revive.
Yeah.
It's really good.
It's awesome.
It's a fun thing.
Yeah. You also have a grappling hook.
Yeah, I was going to say that. You have a grapple hook as well.
It's really cool, and there's a lot of features that you can do to make it.
Yeah.
The box was completely customized for this map, and it's
the
old school, what I would say old school New York, but it's called Morgue City.
Yeah.
But it looks like New York. It's very New York feeling, except for the fact that your trolley's on it. It kind of looks like BioShock.
Yeah, that's why I think that's what they were going for.
Yeah, it looked like BioShock, but so that's what it is.
It feels old timey, and then you get
to the old timey music.
Yeah, it's so good, but then you look at you have the box and all these futuristic weapons, and you're kind of disappointed.
You're like, what happened? Like, if they'd have took the whole theme and just went, okay, the box is only full of Tommy guns, double barrels, things of that nature, it would have been so cool.
That's the main reason why I'm enjoying World War II right now. It's because of the old school guns.
Yeah, I love Tommy guns. I love double barrels. I love the old sniper, bolt action sniper rifles. I love it all.
Yeah, they had the Locust and the SVG, but I like the Locust the most because it actually pulled back. Well, the SVG did that weird.
Yeah.
It pulled back for you.
Yeah, it was weird. Very strange. But what was cool about this, it was a brand new map, it was the new thing. We still haven't been able to do the Easter egg on it because we don't have 4 people that could get this done.
See, Treyarch finally they realized under Eisendrach, hey, solo people like to do Easter eggs too. Who would have figured? And now all Easter eggs that were made afterwards from the Shadows of Evil can be done solo.
Yeah. So there it is. But it was really cool in itself. It brought a bunch of new things, the summoning circles and all that.
Yeah.
It was really just interesting. The whole Pack-a-Punch was completely different.
The issue with, not the issue, but
the thing.
Most of these maps.
Chingadera with these maps.
At this point they're predominantly storyline based. Mm-hmm. So to do things, you have to do certain things that go along with the story.
This did not.
This
did not.
No.
I mean, we're Black Ops 3, we're futuristic Black Ops, and now we're back in time.
Yeah, we're going
in
through
a whole
time.
different universe.
I mean, you go through different universes. One moment you're in like Morgue City. The other moment, hey, I'm in Stalingrad with dragons flying around.
Yeah, it just makes sense.
And then the next map after that, oh hey, I'm in some different reality with mountains
Floating.
and all these old maps I used to be in before.
That was literally the only thing that actually touched on the game itself, which it had the Inception.
Yeah, I love that map. Just the feel of that map.
It was very cool.
The map itself, after a while, it got stale.
And we call it, it's not Inception, but that's what we call it, because, you know, in the movie Inception,
Yeah.
they had the street curl up and everything.
Yeah.
It looks a lot like that. So
It's crazy.
But that's the only thing that actually touched on the game itself.
Yeah.
It was the only map in the whole thing, and it was the very last map.
Which, I mean, it's a good one to end off at, because that's...
No, it was cool, but...
Good story.
But
Okay.
every other game up until this moment has had maps that reverted back to the game.
Yeah.
They called back on the game. There was parts in the game when you could kind of see the similarities.
Yeah.
So this is what we're talking about.
Yeah.
So, was there anything else you wanted to know on that feature?
I'm trying to think. Cause
I think we've kind of talked about
Shadow. Okay, the issue with Shadows of Evil
Yeah.
was I was kind of like, I don't want to deal with these whole Easter egg stuff because, you know, I was at this time I was down from surgery. I did not want to think. I just wanted to sit down and play zombies.
lay down.
Yeah. I had to lay down and play some zombies.
We'll have to talk about his surgery problems another time.
Yeah. So I predominantly until the first DLC came out, I played nothing but the Giant, which is Darius. So you know we're not going to talk about it because we've talked about it I think twice now.
Yeah.
So
we'll skip past that.
We'll skip past it, and that's 2 of the 6 already. Boom.
Yeah. So but Shadows of Evil overall gameplay really great. Had a lot of replayability.
It's fun to play.
Once you kind of figure it all out, it kind of gets old.
I really wish we could do the Easter egg, but we just don't got people.
Plus, there wasn't enough open space in the game.
Yeah, it's a really tight map.
Cramped.
It's really cramped.
But that's what it is.
But hey, that adds challenge, which adds replayability.
And of course, they introduced the Margwa, which is a whole new map,
whole new
monster.
boss.
You know, 3 heads. You had to shoot it at a certain time.
I thought it was a very cool, unique boss.
No, very cool.
Oh, the Silver Protector. How can I forget about him? The Civil Protector.
Civil Protector.
You had to find 3 fuses around the map. I know Black Ops 3 had to find 3 fuses. And the fuses are shaped like the symbol for Black Ops 3.
And they were difficult as crap to find.
They're pretty difficult. They flash because they're fuses.
But it's not very bright. It's not like, oh my gosh, there it is. I can see it easily. They made it difficult.
You gotta look for it. And that Silver Protector will kill zombies for you. If you go down, he will revive you.
Yeah. Oh, it's cool.
There's an upgrade process to make him to the gold Civil Protector.
Yep.
And he lasts longer and does more damage.
He was cool. We've never actually used him ourselves.
No.
But he is cool.
It's like I didn't look it up or anything.
Yeah. I saw it on
He's a cool guy.
But that
Shout out Civil Protector.
That kind of encompasses Shadows of Evil. Of course, they had the flying guys instead of dogs.
Yeah.
Which was fine. They were kind of annoying.
Then they had the meatballs.
The meatballs were cool.
They were fun.
They were hilarious. Like literal meat, like not like cooked meat either. It's like juicy meat.
Day 9,234.
Meatballs are back.
Meatballs are back with a vengeance.
They're huge. I can't wait to catch one of them. This dinner will be glorious.
Anyways, one day you guys have to ask about the meatballs.
The meatball stories. The Meatball Chronicles is what we call them. Yeah. So that's Shadows of Evil. Of the game itself, if I had to rate it on 10, it's probably a 7.
It gets you into the game.
Yeah, it's cool. It's very cool.
I wouldn't give it a 7. I'd give it probably like a 6.5.
He loves his 0.5s, people.
I do.
So then
I wouldn't give it a 7, but I wouldn't give it a 6.
Yeah, the next one that drops out is the Giant, which we've gone over several times.
Great map. 9 out of 10.
Yeah, definitely 9 out of 10.
It's the Giant. Can't hate it.
And then Horizon dropped, which was a very cool map. I was so happy because they released it for a while for free that anybody who had the game pretty much could play it, which was very cool.
It was really weird because Josh bought the Black Ops 3 edition PlayStation, and it included DLC 1 for like half a year.
Yeah, it was very strange.
Very strange. The Activision
but I had it. It was very cool.
It was very cool map.
We got to play it. It introduced the Panzerstrike again.
Yeah, Panzerstrike came back with a vengeance. Instead of having the claw like he did in Origins, he had a
rocket-boosted fist.
He had these things that shot out. They were basically like shock charges with the multiplayer, but they did more damage.
They were very cool and frightening for the first time you ever fought.
Yes.
I was like, "What the heck is that thing?"
I'm like,
"Have fun, Josh." I forgot to tell you.
I don't tell Josh almost anything.
You'll see it later. He never tells me stuff. He just likes to let me experience it the way he experienced it.
Yeah, I mean, I just get to enjoy it because now I know what's going on.
Yeah, but it was fun. I thought he was very cool. I was like, how much does it take to kill him?
I'm like, oh, shoot him in the head, it's faster. Or shoot him in the center of his chest, it's faster. Don't shoot him in the arms.
Well, no freaking doubt.
Yeah.
Guess where I was shooting him? In his back.
Yeah.
No,
I mean, he is
you can't shoot him in the back.
Only if
he's running right at you.
Only if someone's behind the
the map itself was like a castle, so it was like you fell back in time.
You were
of course you had normal weapons.
It was based off of a real place. I know that for sure.
I can't remember the place though.
I can't remember. I know one zombie YouTuber went there for his 1 million subscriber special.
Yeah, it's a really cool map. It had launch pads.
It had these new gravity spike-esque specialist weapons.
The Pack-a-Punch was up on a rocket site.
It moved
down.
It moved actually.
Yeah, it did move.
It went to a rocket pad where a rocket would go off every 5 minutes. Interesting enough, that rocket was supposed to go to Moon,
which is like,
yeah, that's cool. Then it also landed on by a death ray, and then it also landed in the underground area where you find your bows. And now that we've said something about the bows, we gotta introduce
them. The bows were cool.
The bows are amazing.
Like, it had all the normal features. It had the gunballs, it had the perks, but the bows were...
It's one of the very few Treyarch maps that has
It was like the staffs from Origins.
But I honestly, they weren't as good, but they were way more fun.
They were cool, man. Once I figured out how to do one bow, I was like, I don't even care about the rest of the bows. I like this bow.
Yeah, and Josh was like, hey, can you make this different bow for me? I'm like, yeah, I got it. No worries.
I only tried 2 bows. I saw him do the other ones, but the one I would always pick was the wolf bow because it was sick.
It was also like a thunder gun as well.
Yeah, that's exactly why I loved it.
I'm like, okay, Josh, I know something might get in the way and you can't kill it. I got the solution for you.
Well,
Here
also,
you go.
In retrospect of all 4 bows, it was kind of the easiest one to build.
Oh, it's super easy.
Yeah, it was just like, okay, you gotta do this, and you gotta do this, and you gotta do this, and then so.
I told Josh, I'm like, okay, do you want more of a Wonder Waff-esque feel? Do you want a Thunder Gun feel? Do you want, like...
The reason this appealed to me mostly was because in the games that we played before, I let him always pick the Thunder Gun up because it was worthless in my hands. But if there's a bow involved,
and I
dig it.
I'm like, I don't care what you choose, I like them all.
He's like, there's a fire bow and there's also a
void bow.
Void bow and a wind bow. Which... Well, not wind bow.
It's
the shock bow,
storm bow,
whatever they called it.
The lightning bow.
Lightning bow is what I was looking for. Yes.
They got weird names. I'm not even gonna pronounce them.
But it was basically fire. The void one was
like mystical energy.
Mystical. There was the wolf bow, which was
wind.
Essentially wind, and then there was the lightning bow, which was lightning, of course.
Yes.
Which was like the Wonder Wall, which was very cool. But I was like, dude, Bill, I want the wolf bow. He's like, okay, well, this is how we do it. And we went through and we went step by step and we did it. While he was doing another one.
I told him steps, and I'm like, if you need help, call out. And I will show you how to do the steps. I just read them off to him.
Yep. And I would run one, and he would be reading it. He goes, this is how you do it. Yep. I'd be like, all right, you ready to do it? Let's give it a try.
Yep.
It was really cool, and at one point in time, the wolf comes around, he digs up the bones, and it's cool, man.
It's a cool Easter Easter egg, I guess.
I guess technically it would be, because you
they don't tell you how to do it.
You open the bow by
feeding the dragon heads, which is very...
Which you figure out by accident if you don't know.
Which is very similar to the Mob of the Dead hellhounds that you feed.
Which is like a soul chest.
Yes.
Which was cool. I was like, dude, they incorporated soul chest. He's like, kind of.
Kind of.
I was like, dude, this is what we've been waiting for.
I'm like, yeah.
He's like, I've done this before. I'm like, I hate you.
Yeah.
But no, I was excited because you shoot one of the guys, he falls on the ground, and he levitates up, and then the dragon just starts eating him. I'm like, oh my gosh, the dragon's alive. He's like, it's a good thing, Josh. It's a good thing. I'm like,
yeah. When we first invited Josh, I was like, dragon!
I freaked out. I was like,
like, Josh!
She's like, you can't kill him, dude. And I'm like, what do you mean you can't kill him? You gotta stay away from him. He goes, no, it's gonna help us eventually.
Yeah.
It opens up doors. I was like, oh, well, I feel like an idiot. But it was fun. It was really cool.
Yeah,
I enjoyed it. And the bows I really enjoyed.
The map layout's
honestly,
great.
If they put bows in every map, I would be so
I think every map, almost at a point, should have pretty much four different wonder weapons you should use. Or at least a lot of games should have more than just one.
Well, I mean, if you're going to play a multiplayer of 4 people,
yeah, doesn't
it make sense?
No, I will say I understand. Wonder weapons are hard to make up with ideas. I mean, you can really think about it, ideas have already been recycled, per se. Wolf bow, thunder gun.
Yeah, I know. I mean, they've been recycled, but I think there's creative people out there. If they just like open up a contest, be like, design a wonder weapon.
I mean, they've got the internet. They got the power.
Yeah, they could open up the contest, and if you make the wonder weapon, they give you a free copy.
Yeah, or like you make the wonder weapon, you get to name it whatever you want.
Yeah,
in
moderation.
In moderation.
Yeah, because we're not going to be putting an anal servant up here.
You can't name it Gushing Granny.
I don't even want to know.
Oh, okay. This actually kind of relates to our channel real quick. There was a contest by Mountain Dew.
Oh, I remember.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Name the...
Gushing Green Grannies. That's so funny, dude.
It's a good moment.
I love that video.
But, so, yeah. I mean, like we were saying, you could find new... You just got to expand.
Yeah.
But, yeah. The Rise and Rock, the whole thing was really cool. The part that you could watch or hear from the moon translation,
all the things that
radio
go off
feedback.
on the moon.
It was really cool.
And then, now let's talk about the Easter eggs. We have mentioned the moon. Most of the Easter egg is going to go to stop the events that happen up at the moon.
Right.
Because if you guys know, on the moon.
So this isn't technically too far back. It's not like we were in year-old age. We're still, in Nazi era, because they still have technology and all that. It's just we're at a castle.
Yeah, you're at a castle, and the original characters aren't up at the moon just yet. And one thing you have to remember, it's very confusing because everything about this is multiple different universes.
It's the multiverse built on top of each other, around each other, inside each other, and then away from each other.
It's ridiculous.
It's really cool in its theory, but
you have to study like.
Whoa, easy now.
Treyarch has put out a picture of the entire zombie storyline, and of course they had to make it confusing how to read it because it starts at the bottom and it swirl with words going around the entire time.
It's difficult to understand, and really that's not a great depiction of it anyways because it may start here, but it may go through
that's
here.
What they wanted to make it look like. There's so many different twists and turns.
It's crazy.
It's crazy.
It really is, but that could be a whole different.
I don't want to cover that.
That could be a whole different thing.
That's to take hours of study.
As far as Rise and Track goes, it was an 8 out of 10 for me. I enjoyed the map. It had room. It had tight spaces. It had cool Easter eggs. It had cool features. I didn't find anything wrong with the map. That's why it gets 8 out of 10. The fact is, though, it got old fast.
For me, it doesn't get old because I use all the bows.
Well, when I say it got old, I mean the map itself, you figured it out fast.
Oh, yeah. It was a very easy map to figure out.
That's why it doesn't get 9 out of 10 or 10 out of 10. That's the same thing with the Giant, though. It's a very easy map, but it's nostalgic at the same time, so it gets an extra boost.
Yeah, it is.
So, but this being a whole new map, it's a great map. Play it anytime you get it.
I would rate it, honestly, a 9.5. Nah, I'll give it an 8.5.
Yeah, I mean, it's great.
It's a great map.
It's great.
I feel like it's going to be one of those maps that would be like, oh, dude, you don't remember the good maps? Like, Kino,
It had dogs, right?
Yes, it had dogs.
So, I mean, it went back to the classic dog.
You got Moon, you got Mob of the Dead,
we just
Origins.
started rating anyways, so guys, obviously our ratings are going to be a little weird.
Yeah.
But it's a great map.
I love the map.
It's a great map. Basically, anywhere between 4 and 6, it's a good map.
Yeah.
Or just a decent map to play. Anything above 6, it's a good to great map. Excellent map.
Talking about good to
Below
great.
4, it's a map you should stay away from.
Talking about good to great maps, let's go from almighty to, oh boy.
To a below 4.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Zetsubu no Shima.
See, the issue with Zetsubu no Shima,
I never got to play it, so I'm not going to talk.
Okay, the issue with Zetsubu no Shima, it launched with a lot of bugs.
And
not just spiders, either.
Yeah, 38 minutes.
Oh, crap, is it really?
Yeah.
Oh, we got to speed up. Okay, a lot of bugs, very glitchy, super priced doors, not very good wonder weapon, really cool shotgun pistols, cool Easter egg, it was solved in under 24 hours. I probably should have said how many hours. Shadows of Evil took about 4 days, and I think Rise and Drac took about a day and 12 hours, I believe. Somewhere around those lines. I didn't look them up.
They were difficult enough.
Yeah, they weren't to the point where like, but when something's solved in one day, you're like,
Yeah, and then it gets out and it's just...
Yeah, just, gone.
The reason I gave it below 4 is because I never got to play it. Yeah. That's how bad I know it was, because even the bad map, Shae was like, we'll still play it. Yeah. But this was that bad that we never played it.
I told Josh, I'm like, don't get it. It's a waste of money.
I mean, even here, when we had the ability, I could play it right now. We're still not going to play it.
Oh, no, I don't want him to. I don't want to.
It's just not worth it. It's not worth the time.
I've never liked
Thus,
that.
it's not worth the time us discussing it. If you like Zetsubo no Shima, anyways.
I don't think it's that good. Pack-a-Punch camo, not very pretty. It was released on...
Oh, that was another thing. Pack-a-Punch got new camos.
Pack-a-Punch got new camos. Oh, yeah. Horizon Drac had 4 different Pack-a-Punch camos. It was red, yellow, blue... I don't want to say green. I don't know the other color.
So, there you go.
You guys know what the color is.
Zetsubo no Shima.
Zetsubo no Shima.
Don't waste your time.
Didn't do it.
Don't waste your time.
I just don't really... I don't like really... It was really confusing.
Yep. So, now we're on to Gordon Crovey.
I
played this map twice.
This map was a very interesting map. Very difficult.
Cool that they had an actual dragon flying around.
Yes, they had multiple dragons.
In my opinion, that's a cool innovation.
This map was very difficult. This is not a training map. This is a camping map, which was very weird at this time because you don't see those very often.
No, the giant was like, because it was older, they just got and remade it.
Yeah.
But these newer maps, they haven't really been camping.
Because they knew people were like, people get bored of it.
Yeah.
They released a camping map, which kind of threw me for a loop. I didn't think they'd do it because I looked around the entire map. I don't know why my roof keeps on popping.
Anyways.
I looked around the entire map for a training area, and there's one really difficult training area that I didn't want to try to do.
Go ahead.
So...
Just had a really bad thought.
What?
No, go ahead. Keep going, though. I'll tell you after we get done talking.
Oh, okay.
It's time to talk about it. Bad training map.
Yeah, bad training map. So you usually camped all together at the same place, which was by one of the dragons. Preferably by the one by Speed Cola. I think that's the best place to camp. Their wonder weapon on that map was a cool wonder weapon. It was a ray gun Mark III. But what you did, it was dual wield. One was shot at like a regular ray gun Mark II, but it was only a single fire instead of a multiple fire. And the other one was like a black hole that you shot, and then the zombies would slow down, and they almost couldn't move. But if you ran through it, you got a speed boost, which is unique, very innovative. Yeah. But when you shot that little black hole with the ray gun Mark III's other gun, it turned into a legitimate black hole that if a zombie touched it, it died. For a certain time. It is not a unlimited damage weapon.
There you go.
Which means the camping strategies eventually don't work.
Of course.
So that map is pretty difficult to do.
A lot of people just ended up not playing it. The Easter egg was pretty difficult.
It was a pretty difficult Easter egg. The main problem and the main difficulty of the Easter egg, honestly, was there was a death barrier that would kill you if you tried to go down to the boss fight. Mm-hmm. That was the big hard step, was trying to find a way to get past that death barrier before they patched it, so they could say they're first in the world.
Yeah.
That's what really stopped people from getting it.
Mm-hmm.
Which is really saddening, honestly. But still, it was a good Easter egg now. It's a great Easter egg.
Yeah.
Average difficulty, I believe... no, they didn't add... I don't think there's monkeys.
I like the fact that they brought Shovel in.
Yep.
That was cool.
Wait, Shovel?
Not Shovel. It was by the tombstones. I can't remember what it was now. It was something special. It was...
The Dragon Shield?
Yeah, that was it.
In Black Ops 3, you've always got shields. The Shadows of Evil, Horizon Drac, they had a unique shield, which was a rocket shield that if you hit R2, it would fling you forward, and you would knock down zombies, just having a fun time.
It was great.
If you just kill 10 of them, you'd get a little bowling pin sound, and it made you laugh. Then Zetsubo no Shima had one where you just punched and it killed. But if you got shocked by lightning, it became an electric shield, and it zapped zombies like a Wonder Waff.
That's cool.
It's cool.
But this one was the dragon.
This is the dragon shield. So you equip it, and if you have it equipped, you're immune to dragon fire, which the dragons do breathe fire down. So you're like, wow, you're immune to
fast.
So if you're holding it, you're immune to fire, so you can run straight through it. No problemo. The other cool factor of the dragon shield is that if you hit R2 when it has 3 shots in it, you fire a dragon fire shot at the zombies, which is really fun. Mm-hmm. It's a really good blast. It can kill a whole wave of zombies.
Yep. Disclaimer, guys, this is going to go past 45 just a little bit.
I'm trying my best.
Yeah. So, but that's Gordon Crovey. It was really cool. Didn't introduce any new gumballs or...
No, every DLC had new gumballs.
Well, I
just don't
didn't
remember.
mean gumball. I meant new perks.
No,
Black Ops perks.
Black Ops
the gumballs, obviously, there was more dropped each time, but...
Yes.
But they were just normal gumballs.
Also, another unique thing Gordon Crovey added was time trials. Mm-hmm. They had time trials that you defeated round 5 in under 4.5 minutes. You would get a wrench. Defeat the 10, yada yada, all the way up to 20. which you got I think I know you got a fire axe, and I don't remember the last one, but it was a really cool melee weapon, which they one shot. I think the last one.
The fire axe is what I was thinking about earlier. I was thinking about the shield being changed, but also I was thinking about the new melee weapon.
Then they added the last melee weapon one shot. I think to like round 26. Yes, it was a good melee weapon.
Yeah, it's a cool melee.
And they stuck up to the round speed runs. They stuck up till to the new map that came out, which was Revelations, which
a lot of people revere as one of the best zombie maps.
Is best and worst
for doing certain things.
Yes, it is the best zombies map to do a no power challenge.
Yeah.
It is the best zombie map to do a 2-box spawn room challenge. It's the best to do spawn challenges. Anything other than that, I mean, it's all right. It's a good map. It's a fun map.
So Gordon Movie, if you had to give it a rating, probably what, 7?
7, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. It's a fun map. The only problem is that you gotta camp mostly.
Mostly. Let me just mention the special weapon. You get to do all these steps, and at the end of the steps, you got a gauntlet with a little baby dragon,
which is so cool.
And that little baby dragon was related to the Easter egg. And you could either switch to the flamethrower version, which would use the baby dragon. It would breathe fire over everyone. And it didn't insta-kill, it was basically the flamethrower.
Mm-hmm.
So it didn't do much, but it was cool. Or you could send him out, and he'd fire a little fire blast with one shot. And you can also basically just charge forward with your fist, and you punch everyone in a line. And it would kill them, I believe, for a long time.
That's pretty cool.
It was a cool specialist weapon.
Yeah. So, 7 out of 10.
7 out of 10. Very fun. It's good.
Yeah. And, I mean, it's worth buying.
It's worth buying, definitely.
Yeah. And then
Revelations comes out, and
which I will admit, when I played it, I was so confused.
It's
so confused.
It loses you real quick.
Yeah, it's a bunch of different parts and pieces all just strung out together.
It has if I'm remembering correctly, it has Nocturne Totem, it has Verrucht, it has a little bit of Shino,
a big old huge monster. It has Kino. It doesn't have Ascension, doesn't have Call of the Dead, doesn't have Moon, doesn't have Shangri. No, it has Shangri-La. Mm-hmm.
Then we go into Black Ops 2. It doesn't have Transit, thank God. Doesn't have Dire Eyes, thank God. It doesn't have it does have Mob of the Dead. So there's that. Then it does a little bit of Buried, very tiny bit, but it does.
Which is cool.
Then it has Origins, and then I believe from there it has Dreisendrach and a little bit of Zetsubo, and that's all the maps.
Yeah, and it's a big mashup.
Big mashup. Things are changed, and then there's some special new parts. Very cool idea, especially for the last zombie map that finished off the entire storyline.
Yeah, and it's important to note how long it took for them to figure out the first part.
It took them a week to find out the first step of the Easter egg.
A week to figure out the first part. Not the whole thing, the first part.
Revelations, to this day, is still the longest solved Easter egg it ever took.
Which is impressive.
Very impressive.
There you go.
The reason why we solved it immediately after the 4-week mark, because the PC got the update for data miners to find the steps.
Didn't actually find it, they just found it.
They read the files that gave them hits. Which sucks, but it happens.
Yeah, but still, I mean, a week, that's unheard of.
Yeah,
so,
and then we started going
congratulations on that Easter egg.
That Easter egg did great. It was
if you were able to figure that out on your own after however much time you never looked, because you have to shoot off map to figure it out.
Yes, a lot of these is shooting off maps. And another thing that it kind of happened the same thing with the Garage Provi. A lot of the Easter egg steps were very glitchy.
Yeah. Which,
I mean, it kind of happens when you rush these big maps out that fast.
You're going to have glitches.
You're going to have glitches. It's going to happen. Not every map's going to release perfect. Yeah. Especially since DLC doesn't get much test play from the actual people.
I like the little things that when you went into like the summoning circle, essentially, they come out and try to attack you.
Oh, yes.
They were kind of fun.
It was good.
Which, if you don't know what we're talking about, they're like these little minion things that
these little minion things that come down. There was these little floaty guys that were back from Shadows of Evil.
Yeah, they were fairly easy to kill.
And then they had these new monsters that were like tar, like red tar, like lava monsters, basically.
Yeah.
That would sit down on all fours and start charging, and they would just boom and fly right towards you and do a one hit of damage.
Yeah, it was cool. I enjoyed a lot of the features they brought out in Revelations, although I only played it once.
Revelations also brought a lot of old DLC weapons, old weapons back from the game. They introduced they had the M1928. They didn't have the PP. That was Garage Krovi.
I wish they could have the PP.
Garage Krovi had the PPSH. Well, I'm just saying, Garage Krovi. That's kind of why you're up there pretty good. PPSH is fun.
Great zombie map.
Great
zombie weapon.
Yes. They added 2 new energy weapons, the Banshee shotgun and the energy pistol.
Mm-hmm.
They had another new weapon. They added the thunder gun back, which was cool.
I saw it when I spun the thing.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, thunder gun.
And another cool thing with this map, since I'm talking about thunder guns, is that both wonder weapons are in the box, which is nice. Kind of give me that classic feel. And 2, that you can equip both wonder weapons on the same person.
Yeah.
So you can carry both wonder weapons at the same time. Which I definitely, when going on high rounds, that's all you do.
Yeah.
It happens.
It's just what you gotta do.
Yeah.
It was very cool.
Very cool map. Also an interesting thing, they brought the Panzer back from, I almost said the Panzer Shrek. They brought the Panzer back for that map.
Which, if you play the map, you're like, what?
But they have a different zombie boss spawned from random. The Marg was back, but this time he's got a little bit of a Pack-a-Punch upgrade on him. He has elemental powers from Dreisendrach. He has the fire. He has the fire function. He has the lightning function, and he has the void function.
It's pretty cool.
Which is scary.
Pretty scary. The first time you see him, you're like, oh, it's just a Margwa, no big deal. Wow, what the crap?
Yeah, he definitely got a good Pack-a-Punch.
Yeah. Like, you know what we should do? We should make the Margwa. Yeah, but it's so easy and played out. No. We should remake the Margwa.
And they're like, but we just made it. We make it.
No, trust me, dude.
Because it makes sense.
Here's my plans.
It makes sense in the storyline because they're battling the Apothicons and the Marg was an Apothicon.
This is a great idea.
Yeah. Talking about Pack-a-Punch, let's talk about how you unlock it.
I never actually got to it.
Pack-a-Punch is very unique in this one because, well, first step is you have to turn on all the power stations. Then you go back to Nocturne and Totem and you hit a button when the big Apothicon thing flies by you and it fires a death ray from Dreisendrach. That fires a death ray at it, which keeps it trapped at Nocturne and Totem. And you go next to it and it eats you and you go into its stomach. And then after you're in your stomach, you look around and you notice, because in the start of the game, it ate Pack-a-Punch. You notice that Pack-a-Punch is in its like heart-looking thing. So you're like, how do I get it down? You shoot the veins. And then after that, the Pack-a-Punch just falls down to the ground, and then you have it. And now you can start Pack-a-Punching, and the Pack-a-Punch camera on that map.
Thing of Beauty.
Oh, Thing of Beauty. Every single one.
I never actually saw it.
I mean, you saw Into the Void, that was one of them.
Yeah.
And Cosmic, that's another one.
Oh, that was pretty cool, too. I like the Cosmic.
Yeah, so there's that. And there's a more interesting thing with one of the Pack-a-Punch, one of the Wonder Weapons. There's a little bit of an Easter egg to upgrade it, because they knew that it wouldn't be easy enough to just throw it in there. You have to use the Apothicon Servant Black Hole Gun, whatever you want to call it, and you have to shoot 5 mythical rocks out of the map with it and suck it up, and it would go to the Pack-a-Punch machine. And after you've shot all 5 of them, you can now upgrade it for 5,000 points, and it increases its ammo count and how long the black hole stays.
That's cool.
Very cool.
Yeah. Also, we didn't really touch on it, we might as well. The double Pack-a-Punch in this game. You
Ridiculous.
could get fireworks, which when you shot a guy, it would put him down, and then an image of your gun would show up. I'm thinking right?
Yeah, you're thinking right.
And it would start shooting around. And it killed pretty much everything in the area.
It was a Thing of Beauty.
Oh, it was so cool.
But it doesn't give you XP.
Yeah, exactly. It doesn't give you any XP. So at the same time, it's helping to get you high rounds. It doesn't help you in XP version, which if you're trying to level up, you've wasted your time.
Yes.
And then you have Turned, which is my personal favorite.
I'm letting Josh cover this because I just talked a lot.
Yeah, I love Turned because it was funny to watch for one, and then number 2, you literally turned one of the zombies into a, let's say him a paratrooper.
Yeah.
He turned into your own guy, and he turned and started wailing his arms
Hilarious.
and just start beating the snot out of all the zombies. Again,
one-shotting them.
Yeah, again, no XP for you, but really funny to watch.
Yeah, you get a smile on your
boom,
face.
It turned. Go get him turned.
It can save your life, too.
Yeah, it was a beast mode. It was a lot of fun to use. It was just kind of funny to watch, and it gave you that quick little like, okay, here we go again.
Same thing with fireworks.
Yeah,
fireworks
gave you that breather. So those were the 2 fun ones that I enjoyed using. Didn't give you any XP though, so it was one of those things. Also, you had what was called Deadwire, which was like a mini
my favorite,
which gave you XP,
which gave you a lot of XP.
It's important to note. And what it did was, if you know what the Wonder Waff is, then when you shot a guy, it would chain it with electricity, and it would kill. What was it, 10?
It would kill 1 through 7 zombies
that were in range.
It was in range. Now,
very fun to use.
Now let me do a little bit of a backstory. Back when the game first released, Deadwire was broke. Deadwire gave you XP. Yeah. It killed one zombie.
Yeah. That's a problem.
So that's a problem.
I mean, if you're double pack punching and it only gets one zombie, it's like, dang it. But when they fixed it,
it was really, really good.
It's an awesome. It's an awesome double pack. You know, for $250, $2,500.
Yeah,
it was worth doing once they fixed it. And then of course they had I forget the name of the one that's basically the thunder gun.
Oh,
Thunderwall. And literally, you would be shooting, and all of a sudden, you get the Thunderwall ability. Boom! It just blew out a thunder gun shot.
And those zombies are now dead.
Yeah, it killed them, and it also would knock a few of them down.
And give you a breather.
And again, another breather. No extra XP except for the ones you killed. Kind of like
the
you just got the feature of killing them.
Yeah.
But it wasn't like, oh, you got XP for killing.
You didn't get much XP. It was not XP for.
Yeah, it was just another one of those ones where you're like, a breather again.
Yeah.
It was just one of those moments when you're like, oh, thank goodness there's a breather. And I think there was only the 4, right?
There's another one, Blast Furnace.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Blast.
I never used that one.
I don't like it either because Blast Furnace, it can kill a whole wave of
zombies.
It was
awesome, yeah. It would kill a whole wave, but the problem...
It takes a little bit.
Yeah.
And it doesn't give as much XP. It gives XP.
Those are 2 problems. The main problem I had with it was when you got into deeper rounds and you started using it, if you're like on the Giant you're training, you're shooting in one spot... You put the blast furnace on, and now you have a wall of fire, and you can't see if there's any more guys coming in.
And another issue with that is that it's only effective when it goes up. It hits all the zombies around that area for a little bit, like a very small.
So it never really helped.
It doesn't help on camping, but it does help on training.
Yeah, no, it was cool, but in the feature I always used it in, it just didn't make sense to use it.
I would say Deadwire is always safe to use.
It's awesome.
Camping, it's good.
OP.
Training, it's still really good.
Yeah.
Blast Furnace, no, it's only good for training.
And if you're not training, it's not worth it.
Turned is good for both.
If you're not looking for XP.
If you're not looking for XP.
Thunderwall.
Thunderwall, I'd say it's really...
Thunderwall and Turned and Fireworks. Not good for XP.
No.
Not good. So if you're like, I'm XP hunting, you're going to stay away from those 3.
Yeah, you'd only get Deadwire.
Yeah, the kill. Deadwire is what you
I would say definitely for training, and what's the best for training definitely would probably be Blast Furnace. Turn is okay. Turn can be used for both.
Yeah.
Turn is all around good.
I find Turn is it could mess up your train though at the same time.
Yeah.
So you got to be very careful when you're using it and you're training if you're not very experienced.
It could be an all around good though.
It's very helpful.
Thunderwall.
Thunderwall.
I'd say it's all around good, but it's definitely is better when you're training.
Yeah. Yeah. If you're camping, you don't want the randomness of it.
Yeah. Now, Fireworks, I would say, are better for both, and equally both.
Yeah.
Because, oh, hey, it killed all my zombies in my train. Good. Oh, hey, it killed all the zombies on the area to give me a breather. Good. It's all around good.
It's good. The only problem with
XP.
Is the XP. So if you're like, I really want XP, it's not going to help you. And it helps you out in a tight spot because it goes off often. It's not like every 10 guys or whatever, but it goes off more often.
Like 15.
Yeah, it goes often more often than the other one.
It's not the most active one. Deadwire is the most active, which I think that's the reason why I like it so much.
It's very active. Turned is quite active too. You get turned quite a bit because of...
You can only have one turn zombie at a time.
Yeah, but usually that's all you really need. If you're camping, for sure, that's all you need.
It's hilarious when all 4 guys have turned. You see 4 of them. It's pretty cool.
But, I mean, it is what it is. So that's something we forgot to mention early on. It was a new feature that they brought out. Yes. It was very cool.
Very good.
And they don't have it anymore.
No, they don't have it in World War II Zombies. And they don't have it in Infinite Warfare Zombies, but Infinite Warfare Zombies did have a double pack-a-punch.
Yeah, they did have a double pack.
So you can't get mad at that. They didn't want to take everything from a trailer.
Well, no, I mean, you want your own game.
Yeah. Now, World War... What's wrong?
World War II.
World War II. Different story. I don't know what they're thinking.
We'll get to them on another episode.
We'll get to all of those in the next episode of Zombies.
The next part of the series.
Yes.
And obviously this one ran late. Sorry, guys.
It's Zombies.
This is a big change in Zombies right here. There was a lot of new features, a lot of cool stuff, a lot of stuff to go over.
I think it's kind of funny that when we're trying to shorten these videos, I think it kind of symbolizes
the
Zombies goes long. If you're playing Zombies, it's gonna be a long time.
You look at it too. If you look at each one of our zombie series, they're over 15 minutes.
Easy.
So you're like, well,
I think the first one's an hour 12.
Yeah, I mean it's just what it is. So guys, that's Black Ops 3 in a nutshell.
In a nutshell.
I mean, we didn't spend too much time on any map really in particular. We didn't talk about any of the big extra DLC at the end. We didn't talk about Easter eggs because mainly we don't do them.
Zombie Chronicles, though, I will say, best DLC ever made.
Very, very good. if you're like, I don't know which DLC to buy. If you don't have
Zombies
any
Chronicles.
Zombie
It's $30. It has
Very cool.
Noct, Verruk, Shino Numa, Kino Toten, Ascension, Shangri-La, Moon, and Origins.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot of maps.
A big amount of maps for $30.
And they're all remastered to have gumballs
And they're
Black
clean.
Ops 3. And they're
very clean.
I would say the best one out of that probably is Moon.
It reinvented Moon a little bit, which
It made Moon really good.
It did. It made it fun. It made it super fun. As if it wasn't already fun, it's even more fun.
They made Moon look very, very pretty. Because in Black Ops 1, it was a very dark
gritty.
map. Black Ops 3, the biodome looks like a biodome.
Well, you've also changed from PS3 to PS4.
Yeah, it's a big change. They did really
Pretty good change. So that's what that, guys, is. So you know what to do. You know, hit that like and subscribe button, or as Shae likes to say,
Smash it.
hit that dislike button.
I'm gonna smash
Shae
it.
loves to talk about that dislike button.
Hey, man.
I like to just not mention it, but you know, at the same time,
Hey,
you know, maybe you don't like zombies.
Embrace it.
Maybe you don't like zombies. That's fine by me. Hit that thumb down.
Forgive
That's fine.
me. This one dude did not wake me up enough.
Not at all. So we have a Facebook. It's in the comments or in the section below the description. We have a nice little Twitter. We don't use very often, but hey, we'll get more active.
Hey, if you get me some PMs on there, I check it daily.
We've got an Instagram which is going viral. No, I'm just kidding. It's not going
It's
viral.
so popular.
It's
We're number one trending in the world, baby.
95 people on it, and they're all pretty much watching our videos. It's pretty cool.
Yep.
Thank you guys for following us on Instagram. Follow us if you're new on Instagram. We're pretty active. We see behind the scenes shots. We do all kinds of fun stuff. You can check it out there. We also have a Patreon. If you like what we're doing, we want to give us some money to help us pay for this do and all the other stuff we do on the videos. The do and the do. You can go ahead and give us a monthly gift. The more you give, the better you get.
Yep.
So there you go, guys. That's kind of what we have always. That we have merchandise. If you guys want it, you can inquire.
Check it out on the
It's on our
Instagram.
We're having a new logo made, which by this time we probably already have it.
Probably.
So yeah. So there you go, guys. That's the 411.
Yeah. I don't know if it said it, but this was being made in the middle of December.
Yeah. So we're releasing this in January.
Probably late January.
Yeah. So I mean, you know, guys.
Literally a straight month ahead of this.
So obviously, there's a couple things we can't really speak about, but
yep,
it is what it is. Also, big shout out to Nick Acosta for the chair. Thank you, Nick Acosta.
We didn't do it in the last video.
We got a chair from him, so thank you very much, Nick Acosta. We appreciate it. Please don't pull our chair funding. Other than that,
I think that's all of it. The notifications.
thank you to our non-sponsors because we don't have any sponsors
Not
yet, but we always are looking.
Don't worry, Nick. You are the true first sponsor.
Yeah, that's why we always shout you out. I mean, he did give us a chair. William did give us some stuff too, so shout out to William. There you go, guys.
I think at this time he'll have the do video out that maybe he's saving it so he can record it eating it here.
Ooh,
we didn't think about that.
I didn't think about that either. So there you go, guys. Thank you very much for watching, liking, commenting, and subscribing, making sure the notification bell is on, and we'll see you next time. So, for Two Dudes with Do
and Lightly Food,
I'm Josh.
I'm Shae.
How do you do?
I'm gonna play me some zombies after this recording.
Or we'll play something else.
Doubt it.
Bye. Ow.